Hello, this is MP. Actually, I'm a value designer and particularly like I do commissions. But anyways, I want to make a video where just draw. What's the term? It's really hard though, but what's the term? I do want to draw environmental art. It's a good thing. I don't draw a lot of environment. I'm mostly into values, so that's the thing that I notice. But still, I think making environmental art is really fun. So, anyways. What I'm gonna do today is maybe I'll explain form, value, structure. It's really important. Color, references. And this is me. References are really important if you wanna emphasize on your video. It's really hard if you don't have references. I think it's when you're in this world frames, you need to be careful that references are really the most important no matter what. Especially when talking to your client, because if you don't have references, how can you rely and how can you put feedback within that within the people? So, anyways, let's begin. I forgot to put this in the. Uh, I'm gonna like find fishes in the internet, because I have an idea versus fishes. So I love drawing fishes; they're my favorite, and they're the ocean, and they're robots or slash monks. See this most of the time, especially on concept art of where there's like you see this monk like holding something or is holding an object on which it actually sees it. Still the same. But anyways, I have no problem with it. Let's get fishes. But we'll go one single fish so we don't have problems. So yeah, this one's better. I like this one. Found this from there. And we'll draw some robots. I don't draw robots too a lot. But I do have the gist about it. But I'll find a simple robot design that I can try to understand. But most of them are just shapes and composition, so I understand them a little bit. But I'll try my best to make it very easy. So maybe a good example. Maybe, I think this is from Sinex. This is from Sinex. It looks like from Sinex, but anyways, this is really interesting. I think this maybe it's a picture of robots. Science. These simple shapes. Especially, I like this one, and I like this one, and I like this one. But we'll try to draw that using an evil ship. And lastly, we'll draw the ocean. I like this one. I don't know who's this artist, but maybe I'll find a way that I appreciate. Yeah, we don't know who's the artist, but it'll be awesome if I can. So here you go. So what I'm gonna do is draw a box, the most simplest of all. Um, Drawing a box will give you the composition already, so it gives you the shape. If you have problems. I'll draw like five, so this will be like a span of like 1 hour. So we have easy. So anyways, we'll draw it's, box is not that big, so that's the ocean, right? The ocean is vast, right? So we just try to draw. Ocean. It's not the ocean. But you feel like it's the ocean. If I put lights, so the value would stand out. Fishes, so different perspective. Say they're like the fishes are like glimpse. Very interesting. Draw like this. At the same time, I do want perspective. I want it to be like something that like the fishes are like in a pyramidal scheme. What do you mean by like pyramidal? Is that it's like you're bouncing here. You could see a guy here. So the focal point is like this. What's really easy to see. And I put a little bit of clouds here. Problem with clouds is that some clouds are dependent on the weather itself, but you're still stylistic, so you need to be careful. Still a bit with clouds. I don't research on clouds. I only research them by based on their shapes. So I don't know their names specifically. So it's really hard. But I think it's a good tip if you want to learn about clouds. Just by searching the types of clouds, so you can have a more visual knowledge. So I have no problem with it. Yes, we have a good concept here. I want to draw the ocean. Now, if you notice on oceans, they have those depths or the colors when it comes to comparing. We see that they have this uh, dark color, white color, then in beautiful line. So put another layer so you could like explain it. And like how deep is the ocean? You just try to do this. To get the color, the composition, same time, try to just have a fit. Nice to try. This is the sky. Sky is light blue, but like because I want the value of the fishes to see. I follow my brushes, but it's not like this is just for sketching. It's like it's too hard. If you want to do it, you can try to photo bash. Photo bash is too OP. I really think that it's just references, but like you want to be instant. You can use photo bash, especially on environmental art. I have no problem with it because you just want to get the gist of the picture. Especially if photo bashing is good, if you have companies are realistic. But if not, try to render without using photo bash. Photo bash is so good. It's really powerful. Just need the good Photoshop skills at the same time. Applying blurs, that this is the most important. Applying blurs. Not gonna be accurate with the color, but I'll try my best. It's gonna be like a study. Very good like try to emphasize colors. I think it's really simplify the fish. I don't want to overcomplicate it. The guy with the ship. Colors the skies. Awesome. No problem with it. That makes sense. It's good, but without colors. It's, reflections. Ah, so, good set. Um, let's see. I wouldn't without try to do it without colors. So, sorry. So value. I'm gonna add light. It's too light. It's bad for the value. Add light like you. With light you. If I notice is that I'm trying to draw like it's not value skills, but I'm trying my best to make it much more a little bit darker than usual. At the same time, I'm not trying to explode the picture. It's 6, 7 value skills already, and it's like it's fucking up the or I mean it's like destroying the composition already. I think if you want to clear composition, do 2 to 3 values. It's really nice. 3 values, that's fine. No, it's just for testing, but that'll be fine. Trying to look like this, like a Evangelion fish. Just something ominous. Why there's like floating fishes around this part of the sea area. Um, oh, and fun fact about I learned this from a book. Um, there's a thing called but it's like once you go further beyond the focal point, have you noticed is that like the ocean is getting dark or like blurrier than it is used to be? I think same goes to art. Um, it's a perspective thing. It's mostly like it gives out the illusion of like oh there's no object beyond this point or something. Anyways, it's really hard to explain, but it's like the more simplified, like the more farther it is, the more blurred it gets. It's called atmospheric pressure. So yeah, um, it's like that. It's fine. I wanna make this like really cool, so I wanna have a really intensified view on color, or especially it's nice. So since it's the ocean, let's create it as a little bit of intense blue, so so you can emphasize the value. So I like intense blue. Color in itself is a theory that was set out the mood. You don't need to follow the colors the of the earth sometimes. I think some people will identify the colors um very easily, but the thing about colors is that it depends on the composition also. So people will tell make it intensifies red, intensifies blue, intensifies screen. But in terms of maybe sci-fi or other stuff that is really purely fantastical, sometimes they'll tell you to intensify the colors. So it's really interesting, but it's a review thing, so it's like you don't need to make it really bad. Well, so anyways. Since we are introducing colors, I'll try to lower the values, especially the perspective of the value. So the brushes are going to be much, much smaller than it used to be because we're doing colors now and we need to be serious about a little bit of rendering now. So we need to be careful on designating our brushes and our values. So yeah, we need to be careful, especially. Oh, where are my references? Sorry, this is really important. Right? Okay, this is the only thing I can have right now. I'll use more references. Honest, so no problem with it. That is too much of fun. Oh yeah, and the brushes I'm using, it's like Ahmed and Robot Pencil. Really good brushes. I think there's more brushes that you want. Really fun. I prefer Ahmed and Robot. Really nice guys. I appreciate it, but then the brushes are good. Get TB Choi also and the Forest Growers, but if you want the jack of all trades, use their brushes. Really nice. Since it's really small, we can't. Since my monitor's like a little bit big, I'll try to make this as no the gouache setting, so much easier for us to see. Make this a little bit light, so the value is this is like I think this is like 5 6, and we're creating the sky that is now 8 to 4. I know, 3 to 1. There you go. Well, I'll go to the bathroom by those words. Looking at other references that are like very interesting. Um, uses like textural brushes and at the same time uses a little bit of light and dark. So drawing the sky is so weird because sometimes that the only way to understand skies is to copy a lot of photos. But since I'm not into environmental art, I'm just getting references from others and using the best of uh my library to know that okay, this is what the sky looks like. And I'm not trying to copy the sky itself from references, but you're trying to understand the composition. I always think about the composition of the art. It's, it's really impossible without it. Because people who just copy without understanding the why aspect of the composition is very dangerous, perhaps. Especially when you're an artist. Because when you just copy without any reason why you're doing this in the first place, then you're absolutely like not cooked, but you cannot explain this to the person that you are doing, or else they'll try to question you. They'll try to question you a lot. People are really good questioners. They'll question you a lot about why you do this, about the why aspect, especially why this guy doesn't look like that, and especially I want this to be a little bit darker. Or like I want this to be the lighter. I want this guy's composition similar to Rembrandt or something like that. It's really canonical. It does that's how it is. But you need to really know. But it's still the fun part because you need to understand the fundamentals. Fundamentals are really important. You don't need to rush about it. It's really nice. So what I'm doing is that I'm trying to create like a land effect of the sea. Let's say we are in a weather where the camera's dark and there's like some robots here that you think that it's ominous. It's really ominous. So a little bit of light depression. What I noticed also is that they use textual brushes. Since I said I'm using the meds, this is at the hybrid. This is the AG brushes, but I'm using a textural brush. You see a little bit of texture. You see the granules if you like zoom out. But it's so small thing to do. It really doesn't matter. I want more texture. And I noticed that this people uses this specific brush. It's not the hatch brush I mean, but they use similar. It could be like this. I need to be careful. It gives out more texture. It's really nice. And I like this one. And looking at references from other artists, they sometimes they use this reflection of where there's lightish at there's light at here. Wait, I need to get the photo so I could explain it better. So I don't know who's this artist. Oh, I don't know. I really don't know who's this artist, but I appreciate. But this is it. He uses much more textural brush. Sorry. He uses much more textural brushes, and when you zoom out, it looks like something that you can see. But when you zoom in, like this one, it's like all blobs. But he uses more textural brushes. I think he has a specific brush that looks like the brush of what Ahmed uses. It looks like black spots, but much more granulated. It's very interesting. Um, anyways, I like this one what he did. Where he uses this, so I'm gonna try to imitate it, but we'll use a specific brush that I could try to critically use. It's like this. It's called the nose paint brush, but it's the I think you can call any brushes like that, but it's a textural brush, a little bit of noise. Same time, you can see a little bit of charcoal. Problem is, I never use this a lot because you know, it's not nice. Think to fix this. I don't add much more details because this will create a less focal point between the what's the term? The fish. So trying to create the fish again. What is the fish? It's fish. It'll be done instantly. Uh, I messed my fish references. Fish is there, but can't check. In terms of like when you're doing like landscape, um, it's just like telling a story, but I think shapes are the most important for the viewer to see because they do not understand a lot. If you just try to explain it. Like if you're in a team, just try to explain it by puzzling or by the agreement of like shapes. Shapes are really important and perspective and land of interest or LOA. It's really nice. Something wrong with I'm gonna create clouds. Clouds are weird because sometimes they'll try to trick your illusion. So you need to be careful. It's depressing. I cannot create clouds that are like, you know, something ominous going around. Why there's fishes around the sea, and why they're floating, and why they look like battleships. Take considerations between it because once you set the mood, you need to set the mood of all others to create flow. You have no choice. I mean, it's your choice. I think that's why you need to set up the color values or the color in the reference sheet. So it's really easier. Where's my fish? Understanding fishes are really simple. They're just textures that you can understand. They're just as if you're like a little bit of beginner or advanced, uh, it's just particularly like a cylinder. A fish is a literal cylinder. I promise you, a literal cylinder. You just need to follow the form every time. So no problem with it. That is too random. What I'm trying to do is I don't want to make it very rendery, especially when it comes to the art itself. What I mean by that too rendery is that it's trying to dissipate the point of the photo itself. So it's a little bit I'm trying to use big brushes because it makes sense. Actually makes sense. But since when I get into 3D rendering, we don't brush a lot. It's simple. brush. So we try to use fewer brush strokes. Don't have any complications arises when it comes to the fishes. And I don't have a picture that there's a naval naval fishes, but let's say they are so menacing, right? There are so menacing that you can see the shadows of the boat. You can see the shadows of the boat. And at a focal point here, the fish. It's not supposed to be dark. So yeah, try. Okay, I don't know if I can make this in five. Okay, I like this one already. But I'll do two. It's really hard to do. It'll take hours, maybe like you know, creating an idea. If I have references, that'll be like very good. Not references. Say there's a like a little bit of a Chinese. It's a Chinese farmer or something. Saw this. Saw this. It's like, man, what the fuck is happening? Why there's like fishes? Feel me? But uh, let's say it's a lifeboat. It's the end of the world. I want to draw a lifeboat. You try to do lasso two or diagonal lasso two. I think they're really good. Perspective, really shape. Fun fact about fishes. I don't know. I don't really know. But since I have the idea now, I can try to render more of this. Since I cannot render this so much because it's environmental brushes, they use simplified brushes. And try a lot of it. So we need to be careful. Be careful. Oh my god, I like this, but with the robot. I prefer this one. 35. Look at this robot. So inspirational. But Silex, man, so inspirational. Think about this like liminal backgrounds. You know, you can try. I want some textures. Textures are so important with your brushes. It's so no, it's so weird without textures. I like textures. I just like textures. Why this is so abnormally dark? This is actually an accident. I'm sorry. Oh, not text. I'll add, no, I'll use a simple Photoshop one. Pandara is awesome. Not religious, so I just do it because it looks badass. You can use other fonts, but the fonts are still styles. First one, 30 minutes. I think this is 30 minutes. But yeah, awesome. Not, it's really sketchy, but I don't condone any religious. I just read the books of the Revelation because I don't know how it's kind of absurd to be honest. It says the apocalypse. It could be true, but could be. But I don't know. It's like trillions of years, bro. It's been years, billions of trillions. I have no problem with it. It's nice. So many hours do I have if I have something to do. So maybe I'll try to extend this with 5 more minutes because I don't wanna overcomplicate this. But without using reference now, I don't have my second monitor and other stuff. This. uh, It would be so much better if I just try to use Blender, but I don't want to explain it. But it's not hard. It's just you need to do a lot of like layer vectoring. It's just hard. So I have a problem with it. So this is layering, clipping, and vectoring. You can do. Trying to rely on my visual library. So I don't see no problem. Oh my god, this looks so depressing. I just tried to do the luminosity. So they have the Undertale one, right? Does she have Undertale? I actually like I actually really like to add like movie stuff to my paintings. So take we can do that. It's like a pretext. You do the Lord with some shit, it's really impossible, but you do this. If you want, if you like easy like you try to add dialogue. Not the concept either. Sometimes it's like art, not a good handwriter, but I'll try. Anyways, I'm done. I want to do more of this for fun, especially when it comes to rendering. Maybe I'll try to do more with more references. I don't have a sheet for this. I'm not into land environmental art. I'm a value instructor, mostly instructing in value stuff. But it's really fun. I really appreciate it. Maybe I could like explain some stuff. I This is value. Maybe I could explain more. It's really hard. This is value 7. This is value 2. Value 4. Values. It's 5. Mostly, I put the focal point here, and I try to put the emphasis here, but I didn't. I don't know atmospheric pressure that well, so maybe next time I should have just add a little bit of darkness here. That'd be awesome. Anyways, we could add a little bit of light here on this guy. Maybe a 1 would be nice. And yeah, that's it. Um, Maybe I could add a little bit of texture here, so there should be a little bit of random spots of value. I mean, I could add it right now if you want. I'll try to add it. This is like, oh, this is the revelations or something like that. But it's very awesome. Anyways, we call them God rays, just for reference. They're kind of like so. I think the old days is like very awesome, but it's not anymore. God rays is still good, but it needs to be like a portfolio of God races. So interesting. Yeah, so I'm not in the environmental, so my perspective could be wonky. So, careful. Anyways, um, maybe I could add this Ziggy one. Is there a brush that I actually like? Of where it's just not have it, but that sucks. This is nice. I have no problem. I have like, oh my, I'm actually being a perfectionist. Oh no, I don't like that. It's gonna be bad. But okay. So this is my maybe my environmental art. I'm not into it. So it's really important, but that's how you do it. It's really interesting. It's just fishes, the portfolio, the scale. Uh, they're like evangelious. So it's like something that is so weird, so nice. It's like modernism art. But anyways, I hope you like this. And, maybe I'll do more because I want to study more of environmental art. I'm not the type of guy that does a lot of environmental art, but it's something that I do once a week for fun. But anyways, this is MP and see ya.